Right, I've just arrived. It's a bit early really, the light's not coming up as quick as I thought it was going to do. So I'm just going to wait in car a little bit because even though I want to get up to the top of the hill for first light, I don't want to get there too early because there's many times you can pick up a deer just on the track as you're walking in. And if I'm walking through too early, I'm not going to be able to get a shot off. Plus I'm also going to be walking through and disturbing deer. So it's a bit of a 50-50 chance of catching it at the right time. So you don't need to go all the way up to the top. But I'm also planning, once I've been up to the top, if there's nothing moving around there, I've got the other option of jumping over the fence and going onto another bit of land we've got, where I've been shooting a lot of deer this last 12 months in this new growth of trees, which are now getting to a height where the deer can actually get plenty cover. But if you hit them from the top, you can see straight through all the tree lines and they're not seeing you, and you can always move in on them quite easy. So there's that option. But the main option is get up to the top, get behind this wood, because it is a bit cooler this morning, and they like to sit in there because there's quite a bit of a valley dip where it seems to hold heat in, and they seem to go in there when it comes to winter, especially when we're on the does and stuff and they're grouping up. You get quite a few deer just all grouped up in there, and if you get the wind right, you can sneak straight in on them and you can pick them off from there. So that's what my original plan is. But if that don't fail, we'll be going over to that new growth and seeing what we can pick up there.
I'm almost at the first opening. Now once you get up on the trees, it's like a big opening in the trees where I've had some good results before. There's no wind at all, so it can either be a blessing or a killing that. I've not seen anything on the track up, other than a few woodcock and some hares, but no sign of any deer as I've been walking up the track. So hopefully as I come round up on the top, there should be some deer out feeding there. Oh, the temperature's increased quite a bit once that sun started coming up. It's got a bit warmer than it were. So if the deer weren't moving this morning because of the temperature, they should start moving now. And as I say, on the back there it gets nice sun, so they'll go out there, warm themselves up in the sun if they've had some cold weather the last few days. So we'll move on there and see what we can see. I'll just give it 10 minutes here, just see if anything's moving before I make my way up the hill there, and then on my way to the trees. There is where the warm bit is. As you can see, the clag's come in. I'm not even in Scotland and the weather's behaving like it is. So that could change my plans. I might just go straight over to the other bit of land first and then make my way back there later to see if that clag lifts, because it does get bad there. If the clag does come in, you can't see anything. I'm going to give it another few minutes here before I make my way up and make my decision and see how the weather's playing. But I think I'll be going over to the neighbouring bit first, because that seems like the clearer area where they'll probably be. I think change of plan there, because straight away that's blew in. Looking into that, because if there is anything out there, it's going to detect you before you're going to detect it. So I'll leave that for after, once I've been over there where it's a bit clearer, and when we're making my way back to the car, that might be a decent attack route then, because it blew in quick and it might blow out. Rather let sun come up and burn it off a bit more before going through and spreading my scent about. So I'll make my way back over to the neighbour wood we shoot, and have a look at that. And as I say, there's some new plant there where there's always deer in, so with a bit of luck should see something. Right, there's a young buck just down in front of me. Keep picking him up in the thermal, and then I've ID'd him in binos at about 180 yard. And then I'm sure there's another heat source in there with him. So I'm just going to keep an eye on here. But it's in the pit where I always see deer, and I have done. And like I say, it's just a young buck, so any chance he could be still with his mum knocking about. So I'll just keep an eye out here, see what we see. Well, that's this area covered now. I've been scanning. All there was that buck on his own. Kept watching him for a while. Keep losing him, obviously, in the cover. Well, he stayed around right till the end, and then a car went past. And he decided to bugger off, sort of thing. But there were no sign of any does of it, which I thought there would have been, because he was only a young buck. So what I'm going to do now is make my way back where I come from, go up on top of the hill, and have a look out over there, see if there's anything knocking about, because there's deer here. But again, it's typical. November rolls round, all the does disappear, and the bucks have been hiding for the last few months and start appearing everywhere. As I say, I had plenty of opportunity to take a shot on that, but obviously it's wrong time of year, so he'll wait for next year. But I thought he would have had a doe with him, to be fair. He did keep looking around as if he was looking for something, but no, I think he's on his own. So they're not grouping up yet. So what I'll do, make my way back up the hill, go over to the top and have a look, see if there's anything knocking about there, and if not, call it a day from there, because I've been out a while now and seen deer, just the wrong sex. But yeah, make my way over there and see what goes on. Right, I'm back at the top now, where the clag was in this morning. That's cleared. It's looking nice over there now. So a bit of luck, deer's stopped in. It's still only early, about 9 o'clock, so still have a chance of having the morning feed. So make my way over there, have a quick, give it an hour or so over there and see how we go. And then it'll probably be time to start making our way back. But good chance there should be something out in there. The sun hits there, it gets it nice and warm, so go and have a look.
On my way back to the other wood, I noticed a stoat hunting in the grass, and then I realised it was hunting for the like and subscribe button, and it looks like it's found it as well.
Just gonna have a sit out here, just on the edge of the wood, now that I'm back up in here. Give it half an hour or so, see if anything's moving. Oh, it's getting a bit late now, so if anything was feeding last night, it's probably gone in. But with sun just coming out, you never know, something could just bob out. So I'll give it about half an hour here, and then probably make my way back to the car, see how we get on. I'll give it half an hour or so there, not seeing anything. So I'm going to make my way back down. There could be a chance of a deer on the track. But as I say, I've seen deer today, so it's not a complete wasted journey. But, yeah, I'm getting ready for my breakfast now, so I'll make my way back down and see anything on the way. Almost back to the car now, not seeing anything on the track. Wind's right on my back, so that's going to mess anything up. Anyway, if anything's out, it's going to smell me before I even come round the corner on it. But it's been a good morning, good few hours, longer than I normally spend out. So I've seen some deer, and that buck, I watched that for a good 30 minutes or so, hoping that there would have been a doe with it, but it weren't to be. And then making my way back to the wood, seeing that stoat playing about, so that's something interesting to see anyway. And then I give it a good half an hour sat out on top of behind the wood, but the wind changed on me again and it was blowing directly in the wood, so it didn't help. But yeah, still good. It's good to get out and do something. I'm going to try get out possibly next week, maybe week after. Just got a few things on that need doing, and maybe get first doe at season, because I like to get them shot early before they start being heavily pregnant, you see. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.